Still with us in studio is Simcha Rothman, member of the Israeli Parliament for the religious Zionism list, I should say. And Simcha, let me ask you, you talked about the possibility of a fifth election. Do you think your party would benefit from the stance you're taking away going into a fifth election? And beyond that, some even say that if there is a government that is formed, that is headed by Naftali Bennett, that may not also be a bad outcome because your party would benefit from those on the right who might abandon Naftali Bennett for your party.
I think that anyone who knows Israeli politics would think that the idea that we are rejecting sitting with the Islamic movement in the government for a political benefit, definitely in the short term, does not understand anything about Israeli politics. Because if we now say yes to Netanyahu, just hypothetically, we say yes, we will sit with Ram, yeah, maybe. We can get basically whatever we want in the coalition, budget, positions, whatever you can imagine, and we'll go to another election in 4 years. Everyone will forget whatever happened. If we say no, we are going to election, and election is always a bet. No one knows how the election will go out. We are doing it, I'm sorry to say, and I'm sorry to disappoint some people, we're doing it because this is our promise to our voters, this is our ideology, and I don't think anyone voted for us for the idea that we will go with the Islamic movement. I don't think it's a good idea for the right. I really hope Naftali Bennett will regret his position and will join us. We are calling him to do so. And then we are losing any benefit we are having. We are not operating for our short-term political benefit or long-term. We are acting based on our ideology. If you ask me, I believe that the Israeli public will give credit for people who are sticking to their ideology. But sometimes it's true, sometimes it doesn't. I really hope it will. I really hope we will never know. I really hope we will have a stable right-wing government, and next election will be in four and a half years.
Simcha, I want to ask you, because there was a lot of question whether the Ram leadership would make some kind of statement that could make them more palatable, for example, to your party. Yes, and they went in the quite opposite direction. There was a tweet from one of its members today that viciously attacked your party. I won't read it out loud. But I'm just curious, is there anything the Islamist Ram party could have said that would have made it acceptable, or would your party have said this is disingenuous, they're only doing it for political expediency, we won't accept them in any way?
I think if any, maybe we can put the tweet again on the screen to understand that. No, we know for a fact what they said in Hebrew. The same second they said the opposite in Arabic. What they said a few weeks ago, just after they were condemned by the Hamas, and immediately apologized for not calling the terrorists, for calling the Hamas prisoners terrorists.
Right.
So we can't trust whatever they say because immediately they say the opposite in Arabic.
So this was
but for a change, we saw in English and maybe also in Hebrew exactly what they think and what they say. So there was a
non-starter to begin with that idea. Simcha Rothman of the Religious Zionism List, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
On the rundown. And let's move